Let's begin by talking about this Superman teaser trailer thing. Okay, now let's get this pulled up. I do have this pulled up on YouTube rather than Twitter, which I think is the move. And what this is a teaser for the teaser. Okay, this has become a thing with pop culture over the past couple of years. It's pretty common. But ironically, even though you could say this just serves the purpose of like getting us more excited for the actual teaser trailer that's going to come out tomorrow, this is also legitimately the first look at the actual footage of the Superman movie. This is the first time audiences get to actually see what does this world look like, set design, costuming, characters. What does Superman look like? What does the movie actually look like? So, ironically, even though you could say this is just a teaser for the actual trailer, it is also legitimately our first look at the film, and therefore, I think, kind of important. So, first thing let's do, let's just run the trailer. Let's just play the 30 seconds. We'll look at it together. I'll give you my analysis. I'm looking forward to getting your analysis. Let's get this thing going, man. Let's get this thing going. Here we go. Look up. There she be, boys. All right, hang on. Wait, what the hell? Oh, we're going to get copy struck for sure. What the fuck? Got Cowboy Bebop shit playing? What the hell? Chet, this is a goddamn family show. Okay, we're going to play it again. Here we go. Here we go. Teaser trailer online tomorrow. Part of my job is not just analyzing the thing, but also analyzing how the thing impacts the fandom overall, right? So I am super curious as to how the fandom overall feels about this trailer. Now, let me just kind of take you through my first initial reaction to it and response. And I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but again, this is legitimately the first time we get to see this. And so I'm kind of looking for epicness. I want to feel heroic. I want to be like, oh, god damn, like Superman time, let's go. Okay. I did not get that. Okay. So I don't get a sense of epicness from this trailer. I didn't get wowed. And it legitimately disappointed me. I think this shot and many other shots in the trailer, I don't know what's going on with the color correction. I don't know exactly why it looks so damn cheap to me, but I personally felt underwhelmed, zero epicness, and like the thing was sloppily put together. Okay? Now, I will put in immediately a sort of caveat and asterisk to that, okay? And one of the things I've noticed about this trailer is if you watch it on the phone, it looks a little bit better. Okay, when I watched it on desktop. I don't know how many people actually watched or go to Twitter on desktop. Because of what I do, I'm always here in front of these two screens. I check it out on desktop. On desktop, it looks even worse. Okay, when you go watch the thing on the phone, which I realized this because I left the room, was on Twitter, watched it again, and was like, oh, damn, it actually feels like that's a little bit better. Now, I've explained this before, but that has to do with the OLED screen. So the way this is showing up on my monitor is not quite the same way that it shows up on an OLED screen. An OLED screen is going to actually project black through the pixels. Like that's what the OLED is. And the contrast really, really helps. So it looks legitimately better on the phone. And I do wonder how many different people watched this on the phone initially and frankly had a better first impression than I did when it comes to watching the thing on desktop. Another thing I will bring up, and Adam brought this up, Twitter compression is pretty terrible. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Twitter compression and video on Twitter looks pretty terrible. But I've also seen other trailers. Like we've watched other trailers on Twitter, and if a trailer just looks really good, if it looks awesome, really atmospheric, if like the mise en scène is on point, it doesn't matter if you're watching it on Twitter. It doesn't matter if you're watching it like 180p. That comes across. And to me, that did not come across in this trailer. It's also a little bit surprising to me because I genuinely think that Gunn is really good with color. You look at the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, even the Suicide Squad movie, like they pop, they seem on point. There's like a cohesive feel of color throughout the entire thing. So to me, my first impression of the trailer was legitimately a letdown. I was like, this is crazy. So I'll take you through a couple of the shots and kind of explain why I think it's so bad. This shot right here doesn't look terrible. Like with the actual Daily Planet here, that looks cool. This shot, this is what really killed it for me. Looking at this shot right here, I was like, what the hell is going on here? I legitimately, like, costuming looks fine. Performance looks fine. I mean, they're all just subdued looking up, right? But the coloring and just the feel of the scene, it just feels off, man. It feels off and it feels cheap. Okay, so I was like, oh, really? Here's another thing I hate. And yeah, man, we're getting all into it today, baby. I hate the font. I hate the font. I hate the color of the font. And I feel like the color of this font and the style, it jars. It's not cohesive with the shots. Like, this feels orange. This feels blue. Now, that contrast can be cool in a singular shot itself, you know? Not to take you to film school again, but, like, these blues and these oranges and that contrast, you see that all over film. All kinds, all the time. You see that in the movies, and that contrast can be cool. But when it's legitimately between these vignetted shots of text and the actual footage, it creates a crazy amount of contrast that I do not like. So I thought this looks so, like, cheesy to me. This looks like, what was the thing that Rock and Kevin Hart did with the freaking Super Pets? This looks like literally the Super Pet shit. Like, that's what this text looks like to me. So I was like, oh my God, I hate it. I will also say too, this theme is epic as shit. I love this theme. When we listened to it on Monday and it was just on the motion poster, I had a boner. It was incredible, right? I shed a tear. Okay, I changed my whole life around on Monday, and many of you were there. You saw it. The theme is great. However, this theme doesn't match up with the footage we're even seeing. It doesn't even match up with the scene we're seeing. We're seeing a bunch of people fucking reacting to shocked and shit, and then you've got this epicness. It doesn't even make sense at a fundamental level. At a fundamental level, what is being shown here is like mystery and intrigue. And then the theme itself is supporting heroic epic action. It's a contradiction. And I know that might not bother some of you guys. It bothers the fuck out of me. I love the theme. It does not match up with what is being shown in the teaser trailer. Let's keep going. This stuff looks horrible. You know what this looks like? This looks like a soccer mom with like a fucking VHS clunky ass camera shooting out in the middle of the day. Like, yeah, and I mean, it makes sense if you go out and you just shoot in the middle of the day and you have actual sun and it's literally blowing out all of these different parts of it. Yeah, totally, man. That makes sense for a goddamn soccer mom. This is a $300 million budgeted film, even higher than that. Some rumors that this film is costing $360 million. Now, Gunn has denied that, but either way, this is not a cheap movie. Why does it look so fucking cheap? Get some overhead coverage here. Shoot this on a stage. Do whatever you have to do. This looks terrible. I cannot believe this is actually in the trailer. This shot too. Like, what the fuck? What the hell is this? The depth of field is the entire goddamn room? And it's just like all crisp with fluorescent lights on top. Like, who is the director of photography here? What the fuck are we doing? You could have this kind of a shot in an office building. Totally makes sense. For a movie, you strip out those lights, you dim those down, maybe do them in post, and then put actual photographic lighting in this scene. What is this? This looks terrible. Oh, shit. Blink if you miss it. Shot of Superman. Hang on now. Hang on now. Like what? Come on, man. Can we get to the Superman? Where's Superman? Wow. Okay, so we get our first look at actual Superman here. This looks a lot better than a lot of the other stuff. I gotta be honest, I don't even love how this looks on film. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't even love how this looks. And yeah, you could say the colors are popping and everything like that. To me, it looks like super cheesy, super fake. I don't like how the logo or the insignia on the back of the cape, I don't like how that looks like it's just the exact same material, like it was like ironed on, like you used to get those things and make the shitty shirts where you iron shit on. It doesn't look good, man. It doesn't look good. Again, there's that text totally contrasting the vibes of the actual shots. Terrible. Another absolutely blown out, goddamn ridiculous daylight shot. More people just standing around completely blown out against this weird, horrible greenery. This actually doesn't look terrible, mostly because these guys are shaded from the blown out lights that are in the sky. And then this looks like it's a little bit overcast too. If you know anything about photography, overcast days are actually pretty nice to shoot flat because it just gives you like a total coverage of light and it doesn't blow stuff out as much as the other shots that we saw. So this is all right. There's that terrible text again. This shot looks good. This is the best shot in the entire trailer. This is the best thing in the entire trailer. Him taking off here. So let's look at these microseconds. Yeah, that looks cool. You know what I mean? That looks cool. Teaser trailer online tomorrow, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, man. I think it's so bad. Like, I legitimately think it's so bad, and I don't really understand. I guess my explanation, if I was trying to be charitable, this is perhaps footage that's not even in the actual trailer, and maybe this is some, low-level editor guy or gal, or maybe this is like an intern or something, and they're just grabbing up shots, and they didn't fully understand the assignment, and then they're like, oh, but we got to get this thing ready for tomorrow. Like, maybe that's what it is, but if the actual movie looks like this, like, what the fuck? It's terrible, dude. Terrible. Like, legitimately horrible. So that's my honest to God take on the teaser trailer, man. I legitimately think it looks really bad. Now, I'm not the only voice in this conversation, though, and a lot of people actually think it looks good, right? So some people are defending the look. They legitimately think it looks cool. I totally don't understand it. But I'm willing to admit that, like, I get caught up on stuff that maybe other people don't get caught up on. I could potentially still enjoy the film, even if it really does look like this. I'm not going to lie, it will lose a couple of points for me just because it doesn't have like a sense of epicness and it doesn't feel cinematic enough. Like it just kind of feels, to me. So to be totally fair to the film, not everybody feels this way. There are other people out there that like it. I think it looks better on the phone. I think it'll potentially look better tomorrow. I also, strangely enough, did see that other people are backing up what I'm saying. You had a bunch of scoopers and insiders like Daniel RPK coming out and saying it looks like a CW show. And I totally agree. I mean, it just does not look highly produced. So that's my overall take on the trailer.